Hi everyone, it's Emma from Emma K Plans and welcome back to another video. Today's video is very exciting. It is my first ever Plan With Me collaboration. I've done one other collaboration in the past, but it was a different style of video. So this is the first time I've ever collabed with someone to do the same spread. So I'll run into a bit more of those details in a minute, but first, just going over my kit. So it is I think it's called Haunted House. From Glam Planner. So I ended up going with the Glam Planner version of this kit. I know a lot of people use this art. I was obsessed with it and I knew I needed it, and I studied it and studied it and studied it to try to see what shop I wanted to use it from, and I just liked Glam Planners the best. You'll just see that I had a sheet of like black labels because I was deciding if I wanted to pull in like a black charcoal-y colour. And then I picked up the extra boxes from Caress Press. I just felt like they also brought in kind of the darker, like her version was darker, so it kind of helped tie in the darker colours. Then for my main foil, I ended up going with Satin Taupe, and I just feel like it was the perfect tone. It kind of is like an antique brass colour almost, like, I don't know, it's beautiful. I've never used it before. And that's because I hate the whimsical bow format, but I decided to bring in silver as well, so I wasn't just using a whimsical bow, and I ended up making it work, and I'm really happy with it. So this is a silver. I decided to bring in just some like Halloween themed stuff from Planet Choco, and yeah, I ended up using more silver than I thought I would, but I'm really happy with the combination. And then I decided to pull in these two washies that I had, so a grey Simply Gilded again, just to make the spread a little bit darker. Like, I liked the Glam Planner brown version as opposed to like Caress Press and Scribble Prints Co used black in the kit, and I didn't like that, but I still wanted to pull in a bit of that like darker colour scheme, so that's what I did. Then as I mentioned last week, I'm trying to film my Plan With Me in the planner because it keeps me like in frame. So, but I struggled with the bottom washi. So I've decided to take my planner out to do the bottom washi, and then I put it back in for the rest, which is what you'll see. So anyway, I am going to get on to the collab. So I am doing a collab with Sam from SamanthaMariePlans. I consider her a very good friend in the planner community. She's often a sounding board for, you know, things that I want to do, or like foil pairings or kits that I'm thinking of buying, and I find that really valuable. So I'm really thankful to have her as a friend, and I'm really excited that we get to collab because obviously we live in two different hemispheres. So when she's doing fall, I'm doing spring. So it really has to be holidays that I can collab with people. And it just so happened that she also wanted to use this kit from Glam Planner. So we were talking quite a bit about our Halloween kits because we both sort of had similar feelings. I didn't film last week, but Sam did. So if you want to see the trick or treat spread, which you can just see up the top of the frame. So this is the one that I pulled in we both pulled in pink instead of yellow. Sam filmed that, so you can go and watch her version, or my photos will be up on Instagram this week. So we both agreed on that, and then we both agreed that we just didn't love the Caress Press or Scribble Prints Co versions of this kit. Like, there's just something about it that wasn't quite doing it. And then Elle's version came out like a little bit later, and we both decided that we loved this and that we might pull in some of the black just to add a little something. So Sam actually did this kit for the week before me. The week before me. So she films the base and does she film the base? Yeah, and the whole spread. So her video should be going up tomorrow. So we're both putting this up on Wednesday, but obviously I am ahead in time zone, so hers will be up shortly after mine. If you want to check her out, I will leave her channel linked in the description. But if you're in the planner community, I'm sure you probably already follow her, because she's great. I really, yeah, as I said, really thankful for her friendship, and she's often a sounding board for my crazy decisions. So yeah, it's fun to be able to do this. I can't wait to see her spread all finished, and then obviously I only film the base at the moment, so that's why our videos ended up going up on the same day, even though we did them on different weeks, and that was totally unintentional. We planned to put them up on the same week, but I got my weeks mixed up, so I screwed up, but then it worked out anyway, excuse me, because we filmed like a different style, and we ended up putting it up on the same week. So that's a bit of the backstory. You can see the bottom washi that I decided to go with here. So I used a black web. Like, I honestly have no idea where this is from. Like, I've had it for forever, and I just thought it went perfectly. And then the darker, like, slate grey to pull in again those darker tones. And then I used the darker brown strip from the kit. One, because it fit perfectly, but two, I also think the darker one just went better with this set as opposed to the thicker, like, lighter beige toned one. So that's the bottom washi. We decided to, Sam found some Halloween questions that we were going to go over, just to, I don't know, jazz it up so it's not just like a boring kind of question and answer thing. So she'll be answering the same questions if you want to hear her answers, but I'll run over mine. So I haven't also like planned any of my answers, so it's going to be a bit on the fly. So name something you wouldn't want to run into a dark forest Name something you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or in an abandoned building. I guess this is a bit of a cop-out, but I just feel like a person, like, even if they have the best intentions, or even if they're like, you know, for example, in an abandoned building, even if they're just like a harmless, homeless person, like, I just do not need to see someone in an abandoned building. It's abandoned for a reason, like, and then in a dark forest, I just feel like any person would feel like Slender Man. So, no thank you. Just a person in general. Have you ever played with a Ouija board? I want to say yes, but no. Like, back in high school, we did it for, like, I put brackets for fun, but I wouldn't say that it was ever, like, a serious endeavour or we ever took it seriously. So, yes and no. I would like to do it one day. I think it'd be interesting. So, I guess kind of, but really not. If you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you? I mean, if it was for a dare, I'd probably say no, just because, like, that's annoying. But, like, I don't have an issue with it. I just would need some sort of payoff, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not going in a haunted house for no reason. Like, that's just dumb. I wouldn't go anywhere for no reason. You know, like, I would need some sort of incentive. But yes, I have no issues with going into a haunted house. Like, I think it would be fun. Would I do it on my own? Probably not. I'd probably need someone there with me, even if they were, like, worse than me and, like, more scared and more annoying. I still feel like you'd need the company. Like, that more than anything else. The company is important in a haunted house. So, yes, I would do it. Are you superstitious? No. Okay, so to me, superstitious reads like, do I believe in Friday the 13th and black cats and that sort of thing? And no. However, do I believe in ghosts and spirits and otherworldly things? Yes. So I don't know if that's what it's asking or not, because to me, as I said, superstitious has always meant, like, do you believe in superstitions? Like, as I said, don't run over a black cat and all that sort of thing. But because this is a haunted kind of Halloween questions, I may as well just answer it. I'll just add my own in if that's not what it means. Yes, I do believe in ghosts and spirits and, you know, other otherworldly things. So next is, which urban legend scares you the most? And to be honest, no urban legends really scare me. I used to watch this show as a kid and I can't even remember what it's called. It was all about like debunking urban legends, and I honestly haven't seen it or heard about it in 10 years. I literally watched it at like, I reckon 8 or 9 years old. It used to be my favourite show ever. But anyway, that's just a random side note. I more think urban legends are interesting and frustrating because we don't know. Like, for example, like the obvious one is Bigfoot, but there's also a similar thing. It's like a Black Panther, like near me in my state here, and it's the same concept, and it's just like so annoying. Like, is it real or is it not? Like, just surely with science, like, we know. Just tell me. So yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm scared of any, but I am intrigued and frustrated. If you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would you be? That's a tough one. I feel like it depends if I like could level up my skill level. So for me, a lot of Halloween is makeup. Like, I really enjoy doing Halloween, makeup looks and coming up with different ideas. However, I am not great at it. So I feel like if I leveled up my skill, like if that was part of the question, if I could be like really good at it, I would probably pick, if I could, all right, here we go. So Nicole Guerrero on YouTube does she used to do the most amazing Halloween makeup looks, and it was my favorite thing to do every year. She used to post like 3 or 4 of them. She'd take like hours to do them, and it was my favorite. One year she did a like haunted or spooky whatever fortune teller, and it was my favorite thing I have ever seen ever anywhere. So if she could do my makeup, or if like I was that good, that's what I would be. Like, she just looked incredible. Like, that's what I would do. But if I was stuck at my current skill level, I'd probably be a witch, because that's kind of my makeup level. So in an ideal world, I'd be like a fortune teller, but currently I'd be a witch. Who is your favourite serial killer? This is a bit of an uncomfortable question. I don't think you should be calling a serial killer your favourite. I think that, like, they killed people. That's really disrespectful. But I will say my favourite, there's me saying it after I just said it's disrespectful. The story that I'm most interested in is actually an Australian serial killer. You might not have heard of him. His name is Ivan Milat. He killed a whole heap of backpackers in a remote national park forest here in the, I want to say late 80s, early 90s. And I don't know, just because he's like the most infamous Australian serial killer, I guess that is kind of why I'm interested. But I have watched a lot of documentaries and done a lot of research, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, I would check him out. There's quite a few Australian documentaries and programs that are really good, really great production value that, explain his story. So it's Ivan, like Ivan, Milat, Milat, if you're interested. If you could have a spooky Halloween pet, so a black cat, an owl, a bat, a rat, a wolf, what would you pick? Again, I'm going to take the liberty that we are suspending reality, so something that like I couldn't have in real life feasibly, but we're going to imagine that I can, and that would be a wolf, just because I think they're the most majestic of all of those options. If you were given the death penalty, what would your last meal be? Okay, we just got real heavy real quick. It would be pasta, because that's my favourite. What exact pasta, I'm not sure, but it would be some sort of pasta. Would you buy a doll that you knew was haunted? I mean, similar to if you would dare to spend a night in a haunted house, Like, why am I buying a doll that's haunted? Is there a reward for me? Like, is there something in it for me? Because if there's no reward, no, why would I buy it? I don't need a doll, let alone a haunted doll. However, if there is an incentive, maybe. Actually, no, probably still not. Like, it's just annoying to deal with. It would have to be a big fucking reward, let's put it that way, for me to deal with it. Otherwise, no, I'm not going anywhere near that. So that is all the questions. Just a little bit of fun, just a little bit of something different. I don't know. I don't take those too seriously. So yeah, as I said, just something to talk about that's not just the same thing every week. So I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little Halloween bit. I guess I could talk about Halloween in Australia. That might be interesting. So we really don't celebrate Halloween here. I want to say in the last 10 years, and then from that, the last 5 years, it has definitely ramped up. We are celebrating it more and more and more and more. There is lots of stuff in all of the major, like, chain stores now. You go to the supermarket and the candy chocolate share packs are on special. Most of the stores are decorated. You often see houses that are decorated, whereas, like I said, 5-10 years ago, that just really wasn't a thing. For some reason, Australians have this thing that when you talk about Halloween, they say, no, that's just an Americanism. We don't do that here. However, if you don't know much about Australia, we don't own really much at all that is ours. We have pretty much stolen all of our culture and our life from other people, whether it's the British, whether it's the Indigenous peoples, whether it's Irish, whether it's Americans. We've literally stolen everything. So I don't know why we have this, like, thing for Halloween that's, oh, it's too American. Well, Christmas isn't ours either. Like, Easter isn't ours. Like, I don't understand it, and I've always just thought it's the most ridiculous comeback. Like, who cares where it comes from? But anyway, obviously, me being very into going to the States and, like, being very into, like, the planner community and stuff that's obviously based in the States, I have always celebrated Halloween. My family are big. We've always gone to the States for our holidays. Like, we love it. So we're always massive Halloween people. We decorate our houses for Halloween. Like, I always dress up if I've, like, got work that day. Obviously, if it's okay with work, I'll dress up. I'll do face makeup. Like, I love it. However, there's my head. Oopsie. Sorry. It is not very well celebrated, which still makes me sad because I think it can be a really fun thing, especially, like, over the last few years where life's just been pretty crap. Like, why don't you want an excuse for kids to just dress up and, like, go around to houses and get candy and just, like, be out in the community? Like, I've been to the States during Halloween and it is a whole another thing compared to what we have here. Obviously, I'm generalizing and I know it's not like this everywhere, but from my experience, you know, everyone's out in the street and, you know, the parents are out talking to the neighbours and the kids are all dressed up and they're walking around in big groups and all the houses are decorated and, like, it's just so good. And I wish that we did that. Like, we are definitely getting there, but we are not anywhere near there yet. So generally for me, Halloween is celebrated inside my house and inside my planner, because obviously the planner community does Halloween extremely well, and I love that. Like, I love how excited I get to be for Halloween with other planner people and also inside my planner, because I love it and it's fun to get to share that. So yeah, I guess that's a bit of a rundown on Halloween in Australia. It is severely lacking, but we are slowly getting there. So yeah, anyway, moving on. Sorry, I'm doing this voiceover very early in the morning, and you can probably tell because I don't sound right. But it's the only time I can film it, so I apologize for the weird voice and like weird noises that keep happening. Anyway, so back to the spread, I guess. This is now my third Halloween spread for the year. Third? No, this is actually my fourth. So I'm officially halfway because I've finished 3 and then I've got this one and 2 more. So far I am loving what I have put together. So I did the Spooky Magique art, which was a really fun and bright and rainbow, and I really, really liked that one. Then I did Spooky Pumpkins or Spooky Pumpkin Patch. I'm not sure what it's called, whichever way. But that I feel like it looks amazing. The orange sparkly foil that I used looks incredible. Like, it really pops off the page. However, I just don't love the spread because the colors were so dark. I really struggled to use to find character stickers and stuff that matched. I did film that one, and I filmed both of them. So if you want to see me put down the base and kind of talk more in depth about them, those 2 videos are on my channel, a couple of videos back, I would say. And then last week I didn't film because I needed to concentrate too much on the spread. So that was the spread where I pulled in pink to Trick or Treat from Glam Planner, and I just needed to concentrate. Like, I couldn't deal with filming, so I didn't film that, but I will be posting the photos of the spread, as I said, this week on my Instagram if you want to see it. Obviously, I filmed this one, and then I will most likely be filming the next 2 as well because they are more straightforward. So you'll pretty much get to see all of my Halloween kits unfold. So I reckon that is going to do it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed the questions too, something a little bit different. But don't forget to check out SamanthaMariePlans on Instagram and YouTube. I will have her link down below. I love her spreads. She loves fun foil like me. And I really just, love her. So please go and check her out. I will see you guys in my next video, and thank you for watching. Bye.